Hi, my name is Adia Lancaster, and I've been educating about human trafficking for nearly a decade now. I think ever since I was a child, I have been interested in education. I first learned about human trafficking in, I think, 2010 at a conference at the International Church of Las Vegas. And I remember there were tons of people there. One of the speakers that really moved me was a mother whose daughter was being trafficked here in Las Vegas. And I was, after hearing her testimony, after hearing her story, I was just blown away. After that conference, I just knew that I really wanted to dive deeper into this topic, learn more about it, and also expose this issue, help other people to understand this issue and that it is happening here and it's a real threat, especially to our children. The best way we decided to educate about this issue, the most efficient way that we thought would be empowering and impactful, was to create a documentary on human trafficking. It was just an amazing opportunity, amazing collaboration to really work on this project. And we did it in a record amount of time. I think it just took us a few months to do the interviews and to produce it. But it was really powerful and also an amazing opportunity to meet those who've been on the front lines working against human trafficking. In 2013, we decided to premiere the documentary, which is called Surviving Sin City, with a community event. And so we invited those who were interviewed in the documentary Surviving Sin City to be part of the panel. And we had other speakers come, and we had entertainment. We invited the community out. There were community resource tables out in the hallway. News media came out to cover the story, to cover the event, and it was a spectacular event. And so from 2013, that was just a really incredible year, because it was also a legislative year for us here in the state of Nevada, and for the first time proposed a bill to make human trafficking a crime in the state of Nevada. And this was a historic bill. You see, before this, we didn't have any bill against human trafficking. If a trafficker were to be caught trafficking an individual, they would be charged with pandering and probably get off in a couple of years, or even a year on good behavior. So it wasn't really effective. We joined forces with other organizations who were on the same platform as we are, and the same page as we are, in fighting against this issue. And so that was an amazing time as well. I really got a chance to learn about the legislative system here in Nevada, how it operates, how bills are actually made and proposed, how to get your voice heard if you're in opposition of, or if you are in favor of legislation. It gave us an opportunity to also meet with legislators and to really be a part of the process. Let me just tell you, the room was completely packed, and there were people even outside waiting to get in. You couldn't even get a seat in the House, to hear this bill. And it was just an amazing energy during that time to be a part of such a big movement, and to have so much support for this bill for our state of Nevada. It actually was passed unanimously. And so because it was passed unanimously and then it was sent to the governor's office where he can sign it into law, we also had another opportunity to go up to Carson City and to be a part of the signing of the bill into law, the signing of AB 67 into law, into Nevada state law. So human trafficking wasn't fairly, it wasn't a topic that you would hear much about here in the state of Nevada or even in mainstream media. So I felt that our time to be a part of this movement was divine timing. It was like the perfect time. Because even though people have spoken and have been fighting against this issue way before we, became a part of it, and even though human trafficking is nothing new under the sun, it's modern day slavery, our opportunity to really jump into it was really perfect timing, because we came at a time where things were happening. 2013, we produced the documentary Surviving Sin City. Then it was a legislative year. AB 67 became law, and it was just an exciting time to be a part of this issue. Then I also, at that time, was becoming more involved in the community, giving presentations, and I was asked to be a part of the Southern Nevada Human Trafficking Task Force. So I sat on a couple of committees there, the Education and Outreach Committee, as well as the Victim Services Committee. And so I was, kind of in the middle of it all. From there, because my passion is prevention and education, I began to make presentations on this issue to really, again, for the purpose of educating our greater community about this issue, just to open people's eyes, to wake people up, to let them know that there's a serious issue, there's a serious threat to our vulnerable populations, especially our children, and it is called human trafficking. I gave presentations to people in the faith-based community, to schools, youth in schools, as well as the teachers in the schools, the staff members who worked with the kids in the schools, to professionals and parents, anybody and everybody who was willing to listen to this information, I would give presentations to. And so because I've been involved in the education part of human trafficking for nearly a decade, things have slowly changed and they're getting better. We've got more laws, we've got more and more people are beginning to understand this issue, to see its relevance, to see how important it is to be aware of this issue. But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, right? Including more education, because there are a lot of myths that we have to break down, a lot of misconceptions that we really have to distill and rebuild with new ideas, give it a framework, a new narrative, create a new narrative for human trafficking. And there's this cultural mindset that we really are fighting against when it comes to this issue. As the driving force behind One Fan Project, it was my aim not only to inform a wide audience about the current situation of human trafficking in Las Vegas through media, but to also foster a deeper understanding that this issue can hit closer to home than we like to believe. You see, the reality of human trafficking isn't how it's portrayed and sensationalized in movies, nor is it limited to abductions by cartels. The truth is that majority of the victims are American citizens, homegrown right here in the United States. That's the case here in Las Vegas and all across America. I've seen firsthand how the landscape of human trafficking has evolved, especially during the challenging times of the pandemic, making the importance of this media initiative even more apparent. During that time, the Las Vegas Strip was deserted, but the number of victims of human trafficking did not dwindle as the number of visitors to our city did. It's a harsh reminder that human trafficking doesn't take a break, even during a pandemic. In fact, the pandemic exacerbated the issue even further, creating gaps of vulnerability to grow as jobs were lost, schools not in session, and social support out of commission. Here are a few statistics from the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. But beyond media, I truly believe it's essential that we address this issue within our homes. It's about making a difference in our families. Today, technology is a huge part of the problem. As parents, we're concerned about how it affects our children. Being the digital natives that they are, the younger generation practically speaks a different language from us when it comes to tech. And let's not forget that even as parents, we can get lost in the sea of information overload at times. So how does technology play into human trafficking? And how can we protect our children from this reality and build them up wisely and safely? Wouldn't it be amazing if we can come together and explore this issue collectively, sharing insights from experts and individuals who've seen it all? I've been on this journey since 2013, starting from a place of complete unfamiliarity. Over the years, I've worked hard with the sole desire to somehow improve this problem alongside the incredible friends I've made along the way. Now I want to extend our little community to you to share the knowledge and experiences we've gained. This is an invitation to join us in making a real impact in the fight against human trafficking, in the place where you have the most influence, starting in your own home. Remember, you're not alone. We're in this together. Join us on this journey and let's make a difference, one step at a time.